Let's be straight about the Pixel 6a. This is a phone that is intended for a casual audience. And when I say casual, I mean the type of people that aren't going to geek out over the latest hardware. Although, for us techies, there is one thing to geek out over, and we'll get into that a little bit later. The A series is about bringing the Pixel experience to a wider and more budget-conscious audience. The type of people that don't know what a refresh rate is, and when you try to explain it to them, they give you a weird look as though you've had a few ciders too many. To be fair, that's usually the case. And the fact is, the majority can't tell the difference between 60Hz or 90Hz. Some can't even tell the difference with higher refresh rates. And even when they can, they don't really care. The argument that a 60Hz screen makes the Pixel 6a obsolete is frankly laughable. And it is usually made by people who, don't know how regular folk use tech. You could say they're a little bit out of touch. It almost seems like the argument is being made to purposely put people off buying Pixel phones, and then pushing recommendations for phones that are clearly inferior. Now, I'm not going to accuse these huge media organizations and large YouTubers of doing this to stay on the good side of their Sam Apple cash cows, even though they are. But here are the facts. With the Pixel 6a, Google has made an outstanding budget-focused device with a camera system that we all know and love. They provide fantastic software support, and the in-use experience is second to none. The added bonus of the Pixel A series this year is that we get the Google Tensor SoC included in the phone. This is something that's included in the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. In turn, this brings all of those software smarts down to their little bro. Features such as live translate and speech to text that have absolutely no need for an internet connection. And that's right, you can do all of this on device. Then you've got camera features such as Magic Eraser, you've got 4K 60 video recording. This is all exciting stuff for us techies as well. There's even more that I haven't mentioned, such as call screening or now playing, that so many will appreciate. It is a long list of features. The 6a is even easier to recommend when you compare it to the competition. You've got the Galaxy A53, which will probably sell more than any other phone in its range, but it's not even as good as the phone that it replaced, which is the A52s. I actually did a review of the Galaxy A33, and it's only a slightly cheaper option to the A53 with pretty much the same internals, and I had a pretty poor experience with it. It might have a higher refresh rate screen, but with the Exynos 1280 combined with One UI, it gets bogged down so much that you have quite a choppy and frustrating experience. The Nothing Phone 1, which of course I'm also using, is a very, very good alternative to the Pixel 6a. It just won't have the software smarts or the camera experience. But it does have a very nice 120Hz screen, which is fantastic for those refresh rate wankers out there. Got a very clean OS, and it's super smooth to use. And we've also got just a pair of cameras, none of that multiple useless lenses nonsense. And of course, for those recommending the iPhone SE3 or 2022, whatever you want to call it, sure, that's great for someone that just wants an old-ass looking iPhone and they don't want to actually look at Android in any way. Go ahead. But if we're talking somebody who is actually open to all options, the Pixel 6a absolutely stomps it in every single regard. The Pixel 6a is such an exciting development for Android as a whole. I just wish techies in particular, along with the shills that I mentioned earlier, would look at how useful this phone would be for regular people, instead of just picking out a random hardware spec and essentially casting it aside into the bin. I've only had a day with this phone, and I am already loving it. The 60Hz screen is not bothering me that much. In all honesty, the only time I really can tell that I don't have a high refresh rate screen is when I'm playing a game, and it doesn't really matter then either. I'm going to have some non-ranty videos for the Pixel 6a coming up soon, in good time. Let me know in the comments down below if you reckon your mum or dad would be put off getting the Pixel 6a because it's got a 60Hz screen. Let's see how that conversation goes. I bet they couldn't give two hoots. If you found this video helpful in any way, maybe a sub would be muchly appreciated. And of course, share it everywhere you can. Anyways, until the next one, stay sane, stay grounded. I'll see you soon.